TSA is a freak out. Like some hiking slash. Obviously, it's really helpful if you can stickers to prove it. Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you all footage that I took on this camera while I was in Europe for 3 months solo traveling. I did go into my traveling and my trips wanting to be extremely present, so I really focused on pictures and taking videos vertically, but when you turn that into YouTube content, it's very hard to make it a quality video. So I've decided with the sit down content that I have, I'm going to slightly narrate it in a way and just where the video fell into the timeline of my entire trip. But to give it a slight backstory, in May of 2024, I graduated Iowa State University, and then I moved home knowing that I was going to save up money to be traveling and backpacking for 3 months. And I had been saving up money for over a year with previous jobs in college. I don't know how many videos I can make talking about this trip and ways to plan for it and what I packed and how you just go about planning a 3-month trip by yourself and never doing anything like that before. What really inspired me to go abroad was an organization called wwoofing, which is Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms, and I'll put a link down below to just their general website, but they do have woofing websites specifically for a country of your choosing. So I was really focused on Europe this time around. It was something that was familiar to me. I wanted to feel like there was just a step closer to something that was less daunting. I have always loved Sweden. It is a country that I hold so close to my heart, and I want to spend even more time there in the future. That was the first place I knew that I wanted to go. So I went to woofing.com/Sweden and I looked through lots of farms. This took me months and months. You can heart them, you can keep them kind of just like in a category where you can go back and look. But I wouldn't say that I for sure locked in the farms and applied for many until the beginning of the summer. But this video starts off with me preparing for my trip. I kind of give a little overview of the things that I packed, that I ordered, how I was feeling, but the video doesn't start until late August. But it is February 7th today, so I'm very much reminiscing on the summer when all of these were taken, and also just the excitement of this type of adventure. My original departure date was September 8th, and I had booked the plane tickets on August 15th, so just a few weeks prior. So I started doing a lot of the packing late August. Just tonight, journaling and listening to my music and sitting in my room, expressing vulnerability and saying that I'm really overwhelmed and scared in a sense to go on a trip like this. I've been thinking about doing this for like 14 months, so like just over a year. I think the main thing that I want to say is that even in moments like this, it doesn't stop me. Overall, these are dreams that I never thought would be a possibility. I want to prioritize these types of dreams like so early on in my life. This is gonna be stuff that I really, really want to look back on. I know deep down that I'm gonna come back to this trip as like stepping into who I am and like really trusting myself. I don't know if this is ever gonna go on the internet, but if it does, I know there are people who are going to be just as curious as I was and searching up as many videos and articles and anything that helps. These are my thoughts. Thank you for listening. This is like truly the most raw feelings I'm allowed to feel like this, but also be so excited. It's 9:15 p.m. and I'm listening to my audiobook, going through everything that I have. It is mostly clothing, but I have a lot of knick-knacky things that I bought. Working gloves, through socks that I can work in, different reusable bags. This goes over my entire backpack. It's like a rain cover slash safety protector type thing where you like string your clothes on it to dry out. A door lock. Like so much stuff that I've randomly ordered as I've thought of it and like made lists and budgeted. It is August 30th. And it is a Friday. That's all. Bye. Good morning. Happy Sunday, September 1st. Guess what that means? I leave for Sweden 1 week from today. The amount of articles I have read about like things to bring and things not to bring and try not to overpack and is also contradicting. So just to give a realistic, like this is what my travel corner of things looks like right now. But these are just like thicker sweaters, and these are all of like pants. That is my thermal set. These Merrell shoes that I just bought that I did some research on. It's gonna be like one of two shoes. These will be like my main walking shoes. I'm gonna bring my hiking boots, like Tifas or Chacos. I have like some hiking slash just thicker crew socks. This is in a wallet for my friend in Sweden. So she asked if I could import one for her. First aid kit, fan, for my bedside. What's it called? Like converter. This is Loop. I really like this brand actually. And then these ones are for like quiet and sleep. My camera charger with some elastics. This is an Anchor charger, which is so amazing. It Kindle. My brush, like silicone travel size stuff, and my headphones I'm bringing, and my packing cubes. Hello, I am back. My camera just died the other day, so I could not finish my packing. It is a new day. I just get a new pack. I thought I would go through that. I got my jumbo coffee today because I have things to do. First, starting off with this travel size pillow. I'm sure if you're watching this, you know what a birdie is. Any other self-defense device is banned basically in Sweden and other places. When I pull this key off, it's supposed to be really loud and start flashing. Holy cow, that's so loud. Got little carabiners because in my Patagonia sling, inside this pocket, there's this. So I thought it might be nice to have like a little carabiner that clips to it with my wallet and everything so that it's even more secure in my bag. But I got these old navy pants from Depop, but they feel like snow pants. Not as thick, but very close. This is just a long sleeve, thermal, but I have a black one, but I knew white would be really good and go with everything. Last but not least, this looks crazy. TSA is gonna freak out. A tripod. So it gets really big. Actually, there's a remote that comes off right here that I can hold and like be away from the tripod and like take pictures. One, I bought this a while ago. Water bladder that'll go in to my backpack. My second Wise Owl microfiber towel. This is super essential. I don't know if you guys know what that is before I go. I have some playing cards, some cottage garden ones I thought were very on brand for what I'm going to do over there. Okay, bye. So as you can see, I was very giddy and excited and there was a lot going on and my room was a wreck for weeks. There was no floor space. Things were everywhere. Ordered so many things and overpacked and I could only bring like half of the stuff that I was planning on bringing. I packed all the things. I was feeling really good and then a few days before I was supposed to leave, we had a family tragedy. I want to respect everyone's boundaries and I talk about it a little bit in this video that I'll show next. Just decided to switch my trip and push it back another week in a little bit more of a peaceful setting before I took off on a 3-month trip. Very grateful that I was able to switch my flight, that my farms were very accommodating, and the people that I was staying with were just happy to help me in any way possible. I just ended up switching my flight to September 14th and then that was the day that I left for Sweden. Hello. I cannot even describe the last weekend a day. September 12th, I don't even know. And I am not in Sweden, I'm still in Michigan. Things are packed because I am on plan B, leaving tomorrow. So I'm gonna make this quick because I want to be with family and also I am on my first flight less than 24 hours from now, but I think it really shows that life changes so quickly. I posted something on my Instagram yesterday on my stories about that. I'm bringing together communities and giving you this resilience and purpose. So truly that's like all that I can say as I'm still processing and everyone is, and also just respect out of my family. With that being said, obviously my travel plans have changed. I basically was like, I just can't, like mentally, physically, I can't leave my family. My aunt passed on Sunday, so somehow in the universe I knew that I needed to be here. So I changed my flight. The next flight that was available was Friday, September 13th. So I was like, okay, another 5 days, like that's all right. But I was there during all of those pivotal moments and grateful for this big family. And like I have always been extremely family oriented. Like my siblings feel like my children, even though they're not, but like that's just how the amount of love I have is like unimaginable. But still flying out tomorrow, as that has been a dream of mine for over a year to still go on this trip. My best friend Olivia had such a good point about how it can still be so healing to be in that type of space in Sweden. I have all of this packed, but I still need like this stuff, or need it slash want. Okay, that's all. So the next clip is me landing in Sweden. It was the day, the whole travel day, everything. Like I landed and I got there. There was no sleep involved, but here is me talking about my first initial thoughts. Hello vlog. It is Saturday, September 14th, 5:20 a.m. in Michigan, 11:20 a.m. here in Sweden. I made it to Stockholm, which is so surreal. I cannot believe I'm here. I feel like I'm actually dreaming. I'm also jet lagged. I have not slept since getting here, and I got here at 7 a.m. Thrifted, or they're on sale, Old Navy pants, socks from Amazon. This I got on Depop, and then a black t-shirt that I thrifted. Super simple stuff. This heart necklace is my Aunt Raquel's, and then these rings are majority thrifted or blanking, too tired. But yeah, those are the accessories. So today's Saturday, Friday, September 13th in Michigan. I woke up at 5:45 a.m., 5:40, got ready, got to the airport by 7:30 a.m. My flight was at 9:30 a.m. All this is Eastern time. And then I flew from Grand Rapids to O'Hare to Montreal. That was a 2-hour and 15-minute flight. Got there around 1:32 p.m. and then waited around for 4 hours before boarding my international flight. Left. It's a 7-hour flight. I tried so hard to sleep because that's nighttime in Sweden when I was flying here. I'm trying to get real spacey. Add 7 hours to 6:30 p.m. departure. Yeah, and then I got here to Stockholm from the airport like around 9. So it started today. That whole travel day was 15 hours from first flight to the last flight, running off of very little. I had a great travel here. I can now say that because I completed it. I made it to my destination. But anyways, I have to go. We're gonna go get lunch. I'm really excited to be here. Like I feel like Stockholm and Sweden, something about it, like it just feels so home to me. So I was very excited. I stayed with 2 of my really good friends for about 4 to 5 days before I went to my first farm because I wanted a little bit of getting over the jet lag, just adjusting to the culture and being back in Sweden again. I headed to my first farm. I didn't get much footage of me talking to the camera then. I was at one farm for 14 days. I was the only woofing volunteer. There was a few that passed through 1 or 2 days, but for the majority I was by myself. It was more of a commune and a lot of people lived on the farm and we just all worked together. It was completely off the grid. There was no data, compost toilets, no running water, no electricity. It was such a different feeling than I have ever felt. And I had never been so present in my life and my surroundings and also with my body. I would swim, I would journal, I would listen to music. I would get done with work around 1 or 2 p.m. and it was just a great way to reflect and be with myself. Then I left that farm at the end of September and I took a few trains to the super south part of Sweden and I was there for an entire month. That's what the farm wanted, and with everything that they had and the accommodation and food that they give you for free for work, that's kind of the trade that you have. I was there for the entire month of October. Hello. I am going to preface that they are working on the roof right now and they are hacking at it, but I thought I would come on here to talk about a little goal of mine. I am learning Swedish. It feels silly for me to say out loud because I really want to do it. I love this country so much. I dream of living here someday. I have different ways that I'm trying to get myself familiar with lots of the words, and that is children's books. I got this idea because I just started to think about ways that we learn our native language. Start with like these really simple picture books and then graduate to chapter books and you know, like all these levels. So I was like, why wouldn't I do that with like children's books in the language that you are wanting to learn? I thrifted these at a thrift store. For this one, like super simple. I'll go through and just like get to know the words, I guess. I have my highlighters. Make like a key, and I'm going to, this is like the book nerd in me, label verbs and adjectives and nouns, the different colors. And then as I start to actually familiarize myself with the sentences and their structure, obviously it's really helpful if you know enough of the language where when you start to learn the grammar, it like makes sense. Like right now, I just don't even know enough of the language to be able to tell you any word. Whether or not it's an adjective or a verb. It's October 18th, 2024, and it's the beginning of my Swedish journey. I met one of my really good friends now. She and I were the only volunteers. I only needed 2 because we were basically just closing up the farms.
Brookie ever.
Yeah! We're sitting in our spots.
And we're looking in the oven.
Yeah, the brookie is almost
looks so
done. We're gonna go eat dinner in 20 minutes.
Thai.
Tofu pad thai.
And one with prawns. I mean, we're both vegetarian. She asked us if we eat prawns. And we're like, no.
We do have a 3rd roommate now.
Huh?
We have a 3rd roommate.
Oh yeah, we do.
A mouse.
In here.
Favorite thing about Baby Strawn and like our time here together, and least favorite thing?
I think my least favorite thing is like
That was fast.
that I miss some people.
Yeah.
My favorite one is why are you laughing like
Because
that?
I'm wondering what you're gonna say.
I think it's Sweden itself. Like everything.
My favorite one is being able to feel like I've lived in Sweden.
Yeah,
And like seeing the locals. We've met people that live here. Calm lifestyle here. A specific, sorry, I'm losing my English. Specifically where we are, I would say. Unlocked a whole new level of love that I have for this place, and I just feel like I need to come back. Yeah. Again and again. Least favorite thing, the horseshit smell that we get sometimes.
We're gonna be together in 3 countries.
I know. Isn't that so exciting? And we only met a few weeks ago. How much we laugh.
Oh yeah,
We
that's
laugh?
the one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised about. Yeah.
We laugh genuinely so much. We get in these moods like where we just can't stop.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
I mean, yesterday in the cafe, I was like, I'm not ever going in a cafe again with you. So I'm just spitting my.
No,
It's
really good.
Yeah.
This is what we made earlier. It's interesting. Your apartment?
Maybe don't show me the kitchen. It's horrible.
Our apartment?
That's better.
Room. But yeah, that's the update for now. It's October 17th or 18th?
17. Yeah.
Oh my god, I had chocolate on my chin and you didn't say anything?
I did not see it.
I hope so.
There's.
Anyways, October 18th.
Working out though.
October 18th, 2024. And we're signing out. See ya.
Bye.
We did a lot of clean outs of gardens, final packages and things, and cleaned a lot of the veggies there. We would take trains to Copenhagen, Denmark, weekend getaway to Gothenburg, where one of my Swedish friends are from, and we met her there, and fun things that we did on the side to kind of get to know the region of Sweden that we were in. Hello, I am about to buy my flight home, back to the States, to Michigan. So I thought I would film it, because it is a really big moment for me, because I flew to Europe with a one-way ticket, and today is October 21st, and I'm here for like a month and a week without knowing when I'm going back. Tuesday, December 10th, 2024, from Oslo, Norway to Grand Rapids. I go to Amsterdam first, and then I go to Detroit to Grand Rapids. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna purchase it. It is a pretty expensive flight, not going to lie. Bye. Then after that, I decided this is a lot of farming for me. I did about 6 weeks of that, so I wanted to do just full-time travel. I had it in my budget where I wanted to spend a significant amount of time doing more of the backpack style. I was ready to just see parts of Europe in that area that I had never been before. So I did go back to Sweden first thing, just to kind of, again, get adjusted, see my friends again. It was post-election time. I do have a clip in here that'll show where I was in Sweden, and just finding out about the election and being there during such a pivotal time in American history. Definitely more of a raw emotion feeling, and I think the reason I'm including it is because it's just, again, the reality of traveling and things that are happening, and you cannot plan for everything. Hey, I started this video because it is Tuesday, November 5th. You know anything, that is a big day in the United States of America. I don't really have much to say other than the fact that this is also a reality of traveling. Being solo abroad for my first time, to the extent that I am, and during the time of my life and year history it is super heavy. I feel like super alone in it and isolated from it, and I feel like I can go about this day in Sweden. They don't have to worry about like their rights and futures being on the line. So I'm obviously very sad right now. But anyways, my night actually just looks like it's 9:30. Shower, start a new book, like put my phone on airplane mode, and for the first time in my whole trip, what, 7 weeks in? But I think it's honestly just all of the things happening in the world. Also the power of taking care of myself is like just the whole essence of this trip, because no one else can do it for me, you know? See ya. So yeah, obviously there are times when you're traveling where you are tired and exhausted and you just kind of ache for that sense of home, and I think weirdly enough I was feeling that during that time. I wanted to be with people who understood what this means and what I was feeling. So it's really good to lean back on your support systems in whatever way that looks like, and that was just doing things with my friends in Sweden and looking forward to seeing my mom in Slovenia. So when we went to Slovenia, it was just pure tourism. We were staying with one of my mom's friends. We did all of the touristy things, and it was just such a good kind of transition into my full-time traveling and to just really take in the sights around me. And we were in Ljubljana almost the entire time. And then after that, I flew to Switzerland. I stayed with my friend Norina, and we were there for about a week. And then I went to England for about 9 days, and I was not even planning on going to England, and then perfect moment where one of my childhood family friends is studying abroad there for the year, and she reached out to me and asked if I wanted to come, and it was just the perfect way. And then after that I went back to Switzerland for a few days, and then we ended the whole ended the whole 3 months abroad in Norway, and then we were there for just over a week. And then the last video that I have where I sit down and talk would be in Norway at the end of our trip. I was very much in a reflective mood. I knew I was about to go home. I'm sitting here in Bergen, Norway. You can hear the rain outside the window. I can't even realize what this trip means to me, and it's changed my life. I actively chose to do something that was not normal. 9 whole countries in 12 weeks. Stickers to prove it. I started in Sweden. I was there for 7 weeks, close to 2 months, so that's the bulk of the trip. And then during my time there, I went to Copenhagen and Finland. And then after that, I went to Austria. I went to Switzerland, to England, back to Switzerland, to Norway. I also went to Slovenia afterwards, but the places and the countries that I went, I really spent time in, and I really got to know in so many different ways. I think I'll be even more grateful for this trip as time goes on as well. Obviously, in my deep soul and heart, I know that I'm so grateful that I did this. I think it was 2 days before I left on this trip, I was going to sleep, and I had this really intense anxiety because I was like, this is the last time I'm gonna go to sleep completely like anxiety free of like where I'm staying and my safety and who's in the house with me. Little did I know that wouldn't be the case. Like, I just thought I'd always be so scared and like so fearful of being alone, and I just haven't felt like that. I think I felt like that 10% of this entire trip. Obviously there's a lot of privilege that goes into that in the countries that I chose to go to. I think once I'm home and as time goes on, I'll look back at this and just be so grateful that I was so young and chose to do something that felt so scary and so out of the ordinary. And right now I can exercise my free will and my rights while I still have them, and I can travel the world and do these things, and like money comes back, and that's enough yapping for now. I'm gonna read and just keep thinking. So thought I'd come on and say my thoughts in the most natural manner, me and my PJs at 10:15 p.m. No beautiful show here. So, that's all. Bye. These ending reflections are just very important to me, and I'm glad that I captured them also just for my future self. So that is it for today's video. I hope to anyone that was watching this, whether you just are interested in traveling or you yourself want to travel, you just wanted to watch the thoughts and the video diaries of someone who went abroad for 3 months. I am no expert at this. I'm still learning. I still am wanting to travel so much more in the future, and there are so many things that I would have changed and things that I also would have never changed about this trip. And it's already been just about 2 months since I got home, which is so wild to me because I feel like the time that I've been home has been so much faster than when I was abroad. Cheesiest way to put it is just do it. And of course, for everyone that looks so differently, I'm very grateful that I prioritized it while I was still in school, so I knew that I would be pushing off full-time job opportunities and things that might limit my ability to go abroad. And even now, freedom and travel is still extremely important to me, and that's what I look for in jobs and my way of life, basically. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So see you next week.